Have you ever seen those epic scenes in movies where a massive, terrifying wall of sand swallows up an entire city? It looks like something straight out of an apocalypse film, right? Well, those aren't just special effects. Sandstorms, or dust storms, as they're also called, are a real and powerful force of nature. But just how big can they get? Are we talking about something that just kicks up a bit of dust in your backyard? Or are these things truly city-sized monsters? Let's dive in and explore the incredible scale of sandstorms. First off, let's get the basics down. What exactly is a sandstorm? It happens when strong winds pick up loose sand and dust from a dry surface and hurl it into the atmosphere. The difference between a sandstorm and a dust storm is mostly about particle size. Sandstorms have larger, heavier sand particles, lighter particles that can be lifted much, much higher into the sky and travel way further. For simplicity, we'll talk about both. So, let's start small. A minor sandstorm might just be a local event. Imagine you're in a desert and a strong gust of wind kicks up. Suddenly, visibility drops to a few hundred feet. It's swirling around you, stinging your skin, and getting in your eyes and mouth. These smaller storms might only be a few miles wide and last for a few minutes to an hour. Annoying, definitely. Dangerous if you're caught unprepared. Absolutely. But this is just the beginning. Now, let's level up. We're moving into the realm of the haboob. That's an Arabic word for a strong wind, and it describes a specific type of intense dust storm that's often caused by the collapse of a thunderstorm. Picture this. A thunderstorm forms, and its powerful downdrafts hit the dry desert floor. This blast of air spreads out in all directions, creating a massive, advancing wall of sand and dust. These haboobs are seriously impressive. They can be tens of miles wide, we're talking 30 to 60 miles across, and the wall of dust can tower thousands of feet into the air. Sometimes they can reach heights of up to 10,000 feet. That's almost twice the height of the Grand Canyon's depth. When a haboob rolls into a city like Phoenix, Arizona, or Khartoum in Sudan, it's a spectacular and intimidating sight. The sky turns from blue to a dark, angry orange or brown in minutes. Daylight disappears, and it feels like night has suddenly fallen. These storms can carry enough sand and dust to reduce visibility to near zero, shutting down airports, causing major traffic accidents, and forcing everyone indoors. They can travel at speeds of 30 to 60 miles per hour, so they arrive fast and hit hard. But even a massive, city-engulfing haboob isn't the biggest sandstorm we can get. For the truly colossal events, we need to look at a global scale. The Sahara Desert in Africa is the largest hot desert in the world, and it's also the planet's single biggest source of atmospheric dust. Every year, hundreds of millions of tons of dust are lifted from the Sahara and transported across the globe. Let's talk about the journey of this Saharan dust. Powerful wind systems can create gigantic dust plumes that are hundreds or even thousands of miles long. One of the most famous examples of this is the Godzilla dust plume that occurred in June 2020. This was an exceptionally massive and dense cloud of Saharan dust that stretched for thousands of miles across the Atlantic Ocean. It was so big, it was easily visible from space, looking like a giant, tan-colored river flowing through the atmosphere. This Godzilla plume traveled over 5,000 miles from the coast of Africa all the way to the Caribbean and the southern United States. When it arrived, it created hazy, milky skies for days. For people with respiratory issues like asthma, it was a serious health concern. The sheer amount of dust was staggering. We're talking about an estimated 24 million tons of dust being transported during that single event. To put that in perspective, that's the weight of about 240,000 blue whales. All of it floating in the air, crossing an entire ocean. And this isn't a one-off event. This transatlantic dust transport happens every year, primarily in the summer. The dust cloud can be a mile or two thick and can cover an area larger than the entire United States. Think about that for a second. A single weather event, a storm of dust, larger than a continent. What's even more fascinating is the impact this dust has. It's not just a nuisance. This Saharan dust is rich in minerals, especially phosphorus and iron. When it falls over the Atlantic Ocean, it provides essential nutrients for phytoplankton, which are the tiny marine plants that form the base of the ocean's food chain. And when the dust reaches the Americas, it literally fertilizes the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon soil is actually quite nutrient poor because of heavy rainfall washing nutrients away. The dust from the Sahara, traveling thousands of miles, provides the vital phosphorus needed to keep one of the world's most important ecosystems lush and thriving. It's an incredible connection, a desert on one continent feeding a rainforest on another. So, from a small, swirling gust of wind to a city's wallowing haboob, and all the way to a continent-sized plume of dust that can cross oceans and fertilize rainforests. The size of sandstorms is truly mind-boggling. They can range from a few miles to thousands of miles across. While the smaller ones are localized hazards, the largest ones are global phenomena that play a crucial role in our planet's climate and ecosystems. These massive dust events are also studied by scientists to understand climate change. As global temperatures rise, some desert areas may become drier and wind patterns could shift, potentially leading to more frequent or more intense dust storms in the future. Monitoring these storms from satellites helps us understand not only our current climate, but also how it might be changing. And it's not just an Earth thing. Sandstorms are a common feature on other planets, too. Mars, for instance, is famous for its dust storms. Martian dust storms can be much, much larger than anything we see on Earth. They can start as a local storm and then grow over weeks to encircle the entire planet. And makes it nearly impossible for solar-powered rovers like NASA's Opportunity rover to recharge their batteries. In fact, a planet-encircling dust storm in 2018 is what ultimately ended the Opportunity rover's mission after 15 years of exploration. Imagine a single storm that covers an entire world. That's the ultimate sandstorm. So, the next time you see a movie with a giant wall of sand, remember that reality can be just as, if not more, dramatic. These natural phenomena are a powerful reminder of the dynamic and interconnected systems of our planet. They can be destructive, but they can also be life-giving, connecting distant ecosystems in a way we're only just beginning to fully understand. They are a testament to the sheer power and scale of nature. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the size of sandstorms fascinating, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the wonders of our world. See you in the next video.